Alright, I'm going to work on the old Ford again today. It's we're making a lot of progress on it, you know. And it's a little too cold out here right now, so let's go in there and we'll work on that fender. Get that done so we can put everything back together. Alright. Yeah, I heard you guys out there saying a lot of progress. Doesn't seem like it, but it is. This inner fender is done. We got all the fiberglass and done what we want to do there. Now I just got to scuff it and paint that, and that's ready to install. And this here is just a little body work. It looks like a lot to the average person, but you know, once I get on this, you know, this is you know, a couple hours for me. So what's going on right now is okay, this is ready. I'm going to put some filler, fiberglass filler in here, because I think there's a pinhole here. So I'm just going to fill this whole thing, you know, give it a skim coat of fiberglass filler. And then I had the little dirt bike over here, and I thought we had all the welding done, but let me see if I can tip this up without creating too much more damage. But we kept looking, and there was a little crack down here, so I'm gonna I gotta grind some of these welds down. And he fixed the crack here, and you couldn't see any of these until I ground everything down. And I think he might have missed one right here, but that's my fault, because I marked out where I wanted him to fix it, and it looks like he fixed the bottom here. Going out of focus here, but I might have to get the welder out and fix that myself. And then up here, and right here, and up at the tip, and then even this bracket here, but that's inside the headlight, so I don't have to do anything with that. Then, wow, then even up here, yeah, there's a lot of little cracks all over the place. Let me put this back on the table here, and I'll show you the back end. Alright. Yeah, even right here on the corner, this back half here, he had already welded this for me. He did a beautiful job. But up front, right up front here, he didn't get, only because he couldn't see it. And the only reason we were able to see it is because when I ground this down, you know, it exposed that it was another 1/4 inch. So it's you know, that's why the fiberglass is good, because you put a weld down, you can't really see if it's good or if it's bad or if it's completely sealed. So that's where that fiberglass comes in handy. So alright, let me grind all these little welds down, and then we'll start slinging some filler. Alright, yeah, it's been about a day now since I spoke to you last, and yesterday a little dirt bike came over here and did me a favor, and right here where these holes were, he put some patches in for me. And this one here, I'm lucky that he comes over and does that for me, because he saves me a lot of time and grinding. So, you know, plus welding, you know, he could weld that in about 2 minutes, and it would take me about 5-10, and then another 25 to grind it. So he saves me a lot of time on both ends. But I covered them with fiberglass, and I'm ready. I'm going to put a thin coat across this whole top, you know, because you don't know what's lurking underneath, you know, because all these little marks here, you know, these are all factory spot welds, and like I said, you don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna undercoat this and everything, and it'll be fine for me. But you know, and then up here they had that patch, and I ground that all out and put a thin coat on. Now I'm just going to put a real thin coat across the whole top. But I seen something that's pretty interesting over here. If you look right here, I'll see if I could sneak up on it so it doesn't go blurry. But you see them numbers there? Let's see if I can get a better angle. Here we go. Let me get out your way. 11/25/3. I bet you that's the day this thing was stamped out. November 25th, 1963. Because this is a 64 truck. So that kind of stuff interests me. That's pretty cool. So let me slop some stuff on here, and then we'll continue on. All right. All right. It's been about another day, and since the last time I seen you, I put all this fiberglass on here where I wanted to, around the bottom around here, up here, down around the front, up around where the grill goes, and up top here on the ledge and the wheel well, under the top of the fender. Alright, yeah, this is something you normally don't have to do. You know, this fender is a special situation. You know, normally you don't have to mess with this this fiberglass unless you come across a special situation like this. We're just making the best out of it, you know. So I'm going to take us outside now, and you really don't have to sand this down, you know. I've seen guys put body putty right over top it, but I'd rather scuff it down, sand it down, and like I have here, and give it something for the new putty to attach to. So, alright, let's take this thing outside and sand it down. Alright, we got it scuffed pretty good, so we know the body putty will adhere to it quite well. I did everything but right here. I'm going to save that, do this little section by itself because it got so many, you know, lines and stuff. Got the top here, got that. Get this down here. Alright, let me blow it off, we'll bring it inside, and maybe we'll throw some putty on here. Alright, yeah, it's another day here, and yesterday I was messing around with this and put the first coat of plastic on here, body putty, and it came out pretty good. I do have a couple little low spots. I got one right there, one right there. I got one here, one right here. Very few. This came out nice here. I got two tiny little gouges there, and one right here. So fill them in, and the top piece will be nice. This here is just this gets widened open. That's a hole for one of the bumpers, the body bumpers, and this here's a hole for the bolt. But anyway, yeah. Oh, I'm doing this inside here because it was, you know, it was cold yesterday. It was, Christ, the high was about 35, and I couldn't do anything outside. But today it's nice. Today it's about 50, so I'm gonna go out there and I'll show you what we're gonna do there today. All right, I'll get a little bit of nice weather here. I'm gonna try and weld these holes up down here, and then maybe clean this out and seam seal that. But I have this piece right here, and this piece here I gotta weld in there. And this piece here weld in, so I'm gonna sandblast it first. I gotta cut this out, and then I'm gonna sandblast all this down around here, so we get some good material to weld to. Can't really get the grinder in there. I did grind it a little bit here, but not much. So let me get the sandblaster, and we'll cut this material out. Alright. Got the little blaster hooked up here. I scraped off, used Jim's scraper here, the seal seamer that was on here. There wasn't much of it left, just a couple pieces, but nothing lasts forever. Yeah, last time I used the sandblaster here, I got quite a few comments about me getting silicosis here. I shouldn't do it, and be careful and all that. Well, I'm out here in the wide open, and for the amount of time that I'm using this, probably 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, I'm only going to do a little bit here and down here where I can't get the grinder, and I'll probably do this whole line. For the 5 minutes that it takes me to do that, you know, I got earplugs, I got the face shield, I got a real respirator. You know, it's not like a dust mask or nothing. It's a real one. I think I'll be okay. I even got a little hood, you know, to keep it out of my hair and stuff. So I appreciate everybody's concern about Old Road King. You know, if I'm lucky, I might have another 20 years left in me. We want them to be healthy, right? All right, I'm not gonna hook the camera up or show you me sandblasting. You've seen that before. All right. Yeah, you probably suck more sand dust than taking a walk on the beach. Taking a 10-15 minute walk on the beach, probably sucking in more sand. So we're gonna be all right. All right. Yeah, we're happy with that. I can seam seal that and weld all that. Gotta cut that out, and that's all nice down there. But there's a reason I don't do much sandblast. You know, it's It's just a mess. You know, you can sweep this up and sift it out and reuse it, but I'm just going to sweep it up, throw it in the garden. Let's clean this mess up and then we'll get to work. Alright, I got a good portion of that welding done down there, and it looks good. I still have up top to do, but I'm happy with that patch. But what I'm doing right now, because I'm running out of time, it's starting to get dark, is I'm putting this seam sealer on, and I globbed it on, and that would probably be fine, but what I'm doing is I'm actually going and pushing it into that seam. And then I'm going to come back over it and give it a pretty coat, even though you probably don't need it. Alright, this stuff dries fast, so I gotta get going. Alright, here we got a lot done out here. I'm happy with that. And I put some more seam sealer on that and smeared it, and it's flowing out, and that's going to be better than it ever was, so we're happy. We got a lot done out here today. Alright, yeah, the sun's starting to go down over the mountain, and we'll go inside and we'll do something. I think Mike is on his way over, so we might have an engine night and do something else, do something on an engine. Alright, see you guys later. Alright, yeah, it's been a few days now, and we had a few cold ones, so we're back at it today. I put a patch here in the front here, tightened that all up, and then put this patch in. And then down here there's two tiny holes, so I chose to grind it down in fiberglass because the rest of it's solid, and I didn't see any reason to put another patch there because the fender seat's there, and I didn't want the welds to interfere with it and stuff, so we're going to be okay. You know, I'm going to be able to get to the back of this. I don't know if you can see in here, but there you go. But there's a vent, you know, and I can actually get behind this, and I'm going to spray everything with rubberized undercoating, and you know, I can get to that side from this hole and get to this side from the vent, and then I got another vent up here to get a little access hole to get in there, and then you got that thing on the bottom. So I have plenty of room to get in there and, you know, clean it and spray it and stuff like that. So this side here, I'm gonna clean this up, paint it with frame paint, and then give it a coat of that undercoating. So I don't think the rot's ever gonna come back while I own it. I can almost guarantee that. So let's go inside and I'll show you what I've been doing. Oh yeah, this the seam sealer shrunk up and smoothed itself out, and it's real nice. I gotta put some more down here because I burnt some off, but that stuff works good. Alright, yeah, like I said, it's been a couple days, and I haven't been working outside because it's cold, but I have been doing a little bit in here, and I got the top part of this fender done. That's all ready to get primed here, and this here, I removed all the paint inside there, you know, because some of it was you know, just flaking. You know, when they paint a car and they paint something like this, they don't really prep it, so you got to get rid of all that paint. So this is all ready for primer, and let me shut these off, and I'll flip this fender over, show you what else we did. Yeah, I've just been working on the back half of the fender, you know, the top and the back half, and I got one coat on here, and I got it pretty much smoothed out. I got a couple spots here. I got to fix this spot here, and a little spot right here. Down here is pretty good. Right here. And we got all the way up over to here. Yeah, I haven't been filming this because you know, it's I'm up to my coal in here and working. It just takes so much time to set cameras up and stop and film and, you know, stuff like that. So stuff like this, it really isn't that interesting. You know, I'm just going to go ahead with. But maybe when I do this one, because it has a little contour to it and a little shape, and that might be a little interesting. Same with this down here. You know, you got a body line here, and then a body line here, and a concave, and, you know, that might be a little interesting. And the front I got to do separately, you know, because I'm actually going to have to put it on the support and hook up that piece over there standing up, because I'm going to want to match up these areas right here and get a nice line. So for now, like I say, this just needs one more coat. This one here is finished right here. Yeah, you wonder what all this tape is. That's just to prevent me from going any further and damaging, the smooth finish here, because it makes it a lot easier when you feather it in. So that's what the blue tape is all about. So like I say, we'll do this next, and then we'll do this, and maybe we'll show you how that's done. Alright, yeah, it's actually been about maybe 2 or 3 weeks since I actually did anything on this fender, and today I just put the second coat on here. Since this last clip, I finished all this, did this, put a second coat on here, and same with this. This is all done, all finished. Side here, up here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit it with the DA and see how much of these scratches I can get out in the paint, and then I'll probably have to come put a skim coat, glaze coat on this, and then maybe we'll sand that. We finished up with the welding outside. Maybe I'll take a walk out there and show you that before I start doing any DA. There has been a whole lot of interest in this truck, I mean, it's getting more views than the average person, but compared to my engine videos and everything, it's about 1/3 of the views, so I might not be doing as many, truck videos and restorations here. So let's go outside and I'll show you what that looks like. That's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, out here we finished doing all the welding and stuff, and it came out nice. And then I put a coat of that frame paint on there, and we're happy with that. That's as good as you're gonna get, really. And then over here, we finished painting the inner fender and stuff, so that's ready to go on. So we have been doing a little work, but not much. So let's go back inside and we'll do a little more body work. You guys still watching? Alright, yeah, it's coming out good. It's, I was able to get out some of them scratches. And, I could see, like, the area here, I just have to do a little glazing putty and it'll be fine. So that's good. I'm happy that that turned out like that. I'm going to continue working. You guys take a break and I'll get back to you. Alright, yeah, I'm happy with that. I was able to get out some of the scratches and stuff that I thought were pretty deep, but they actually came out with the DA. I could probably get away with a high build primer here, or a filler sandable primer or something, but there's a couple spots I see, a little pinhole here and a little pinhole here, and you know, I might as well, I'll just put a thin coat of glazing putty. Matter of fact, I'll probably make my own glazing putty and make it real smooth and put a real thin coat on. But for what this fender was, you know, I'm happy with it. You know, I can't expect perfection, you know, because it's just not attainable with this, you know. So we'll just have to deal with pretty good. So alright, this video is probably getting a little long, so we say we cut it off and we'll pick this up in the next one. Alright, enough of this.